set me free. That's my prayer to the highest. Put in chains, then went insane. Cast away on an island, Scattered abroad, the gods I worship never showed up. Mortal man, so I had to hold up. Master coming, couldn't tell him hold up. Ashamed to say that we never rose up. I saw.
Hey, Shalom, Israel, Most High in Christ blessed. This is Arthur Gabriel, and today's lesson is titled, Murmurings, the voice of a legion of people. And yes, legion is supposed to sound sinister, and we'll see why. Now, when you read the scriptures, you know, historically, after about a month from Passover, after Moses delivered the Israelites, us, blacks and Hispanics, out of Egypt, we already began discontent about various things. We started murmuring in the wilderness, you know, and the same issues that our forefathers and foremothers dealt with back then, you know, it creeps in today in the congregations, wherever we may be in the earth from time to time. But back then, let's get Romans 15, verse 4. Romans 15, verse 4. We're going to go through the scriptures and see why were our forefathers and foremothers murmuring? Why were they discontent? Especially after all the goodness that the Most High did for us. You know? You got that for me?
Yes, sir.
Let's read that.
Romans chapter 15 and verse 4.
Come on.
For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
Read that again.
For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
So it's already documented. Every single thing written in the Holy Bible, it was written for our learning. So when Paul wrote this, because Paul wrote the book of Romans, Paul is letting us know that everything written aforetime was written for us to learn from, to gather from. He's talking to the church of Rome. Likewise, us today in these various congregations within Israel United in Christ, that the body that the Most High God brought us in, we can also learn from the same past that Paul pulled from. Read on.
That we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope.
Right, comfort of the scriptures and have patience, because back then, likewise today, we're going to be tried. We're going to be tested. We're going to be put in uncomfortable situations to see if we truly believe or not. So now, back to the wilderness. The main three reasons that our forefathers and foremothers murmured against the Most High, because they didn't murmur against Moses. They murmured against the God who set Moses up, the Most High God, was scarcity of resources. You know, we was in the wilderness. We was in the desert. We thought there was no water, no food. We thought it was horrible. We didn't have faith in the Most High. So a perceived scarcity of resources made us turn against the Most High, made us murmur. Number two, the leadership of Moses. When you read Numbers 16, you had princes rise up against Moses and try to rebel against the leadership of Moses and Aaron. And three, you can call this insubordination, desertion during war, because the Most High God said, hey, the land of Canaan is before you. Go forth and conquer. What do? Moses sent forth spies and we were scared. We drew back. We didn't want to go to war. That's called desertion of war. Desertion in war. Desertion in war. So now give me 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 1. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 1. We're going to do some reading, y'all. We're going to do some reading. Y'all hold on. Come on.
1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 1.
Read.
Moreover, brethren, I would not that ye should be ignorant.
Notice Paul says brethren. You know, Paul ain't talking to all nations. He says brethren, meaning the 12 tribes of Israel. Read.
Moreover, brethren, I would not that ye should be ignorant. How that all our fathers.
He said all our fathers. All our fathers. What does that mean? Was he a troglodyte? Was he an Edomite? No, Paul was an Israelite. Romans 11 and 1, real quick. Don't drop that in 1 Corinthians 10. We're going to go right back there. But get Romans 11 and 1 to prove Paul was not a troglodyte or one of the other nations. Troglodyte means caveman. Come on.
Romans chapter 11 and verse 1. I say then, hath God cast away his people?
Right. So have God cast away his people just because we went through slavery, 400 years of slavery here in America? Did God cast us away? He's no longer dealing with us? Yes, he's still dealing with us. Read.
God forbid. For I also am an Israelite.
Paul said, yes, God is dealing with the 12 tribes because I myself am an Israelite. Of what?
Of the seed of Abraham.
The father of the blacks and Hispanics. That's us.
Of the tribe of Benjamin.
Well, what?
Of the tribe of Benjamin.
Paul's of the tribe of Benjamin. So now jump back to 1 Corinthians 10 and 1. Now we get some understanding.
1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 1.
Come on.
Moreover, brethren, I would not that ye should be ignorant.
He's talking about brethren by blood, by relation, by blood. I don't want you to be ignorant. Go ahead.
How that all our fathers were under the cloud.
All our forefathers, the tribe of Ephraim, the tribe of Judah, the tribe of Levi, the tribe of Simeon, the tribe of Manasseh, the tribe of Issachar, Asher, Naphtali, so on and so forth. They was all under the cloud and all passed through what?
And all passed through the sea.
Read.
And were all baptized unto Moses in the cloud and in the sea.
Now let's stop right there. That don't mean that they was dipped in water like how your pastor pork chop wants to dip you in water and say that you've been baptized and saved in the Holy Ghost. He ain't talking about that. When he says baptized, let's get that. John chapter 4, verse 1. John chapter 4, verse 1. Let's get some understanding on that real quick.
John chapter 4 and verse 1.
Remember, through our precepts, we get the understanding. Come on.
When therefore the Lord knew how the Pharisees had heard that Jesus made and baptized more disciples than John.
You see that Christ, the king, he didn't live under a rock. He knew what was going on around him. He knew that the Pharisees knew that Christ's teachings, Christ taught more frequently than John the Baptist, and his teachings reached more Israelites than John the Baptist. He knew that. Read that again.
When therefore the Lord knew how the Pharisees had heard that Jesus made.
Meaning Jesus made, he converted, created. Go ahead.
And baptized.
And taught.
More disciples than John. Though Jesus himself baptized not.
Though he baptized not. So what did he do? John 15 and 3. John 15 and 3. What does that mean? Oh, he baptized not. It says he baptized, then it says he baptized not. It don't mean he dipped the Israelites in water. John did that. Paul did that. The apostles did that. Christ didn't do that. John 15, jump to verse 3.
John chapter 15 and verse 3. Now ye are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you.
You see that? He's talking to his apostles. He says, now ye are clean. Now, how are they clean? Does that mean they're clean through washing of water, taking a bath? No, they're clean because through the word that they believed on. That's what made them clean. Believe it or not, that's the same word that Moses preached in the wilderness, the same word. Now, let's get some more. Isaiah 1, verse 16. Real quick. Isaiah 1 and 16. We might as well keep on going. Because right now, a Christian might have the thought that Christ dipped the Israelites in water. Let's read that.
Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 16. Wash you, make you clean. Put away the evil of your doings.
Because that's what the word that Christ was teaching would do. Put away the evil of your doings. Put away the evil of your doings. Like, for example, in ancient Rome, when Christ was walking the earth, you had a thing called manslaughter going on. Just like today, you have a homicide rate. The Israelites were committing sins. The Israelites was committing homicide. The Israelites was in the midst of adultery. The Israelites was in the midst of every sin underneath the sun that you could think of. During Christ's time, during Isaiah's time, and even today, during our time. Christ is letting the Israelites know, letting us know that you are clean if you apply the laws and statutes and commandments as I'm teaching it to you. So by them doing what Christ said according to the word of God, that's what purified them. That's what made them clean. That's what baptized them in that context. Read on.
Put away the evil of your doings from before mine eyes.
Read.
Cease to do evil.
Notice it says cease to do evil, not wash up. Cease to do evil. Come on.
Learn to do well.
Learn to keep God's commandments.
Seek judgment.
Seek judgment.
Relieve the oppressed.
Relieve the oppressed. Because we had certain laws like the year of Jubilee. We had certain laws like the 7-day Sabbath. Relieve the oppressed. Go ahead.
Judge the fatherless.
Right. Judge the fatherless. Give that young man his father's land that he should inherit. Don't steal it.
Plead for the widow.
Right. Plead for the widow. Come on.
Come now.
We stopping at verse 19.
Come now, and let us reason together, saith the Lord. Though your sins be as scarlet, they shall be as white as snow.
He said, though your sins be as scarlet. Scarlet is in color of red. He said, they shall be white as snow. Come on.
Though they be red like crimson.
See that? It's twofold. Though they be red like crimson. Who else is red on this earth? Esau. Is he not a sinful man also? It says, though they be red like crimson. Go ahead.
They shall be as wool.
Read.
If ye be willing.
If you shall be white as snow, you shall be as wool. If. Go ahead.
If ye be willing and obedient, ye shall eat the good of the land.
You shall eat the good of the land. And obedient to, first and foremost, the Holy Scriptures, the law, statutes, and commandments written in this Bible. And also to the prophets and the apostles, the leadership that Christ set up over the people that's pushing the laws, statutes, and commandments. The prophets. Go ahead. Okay, 1 Peter 3:21. 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 21. I'm beating down that whole thought of Christianity when it comes to baptism.
1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 21.
And I'm talking about the dipping in water. Come on.
The like figure whereunto even baptism doth also now save us.
Because right now you got a mega church somewhere. They saying, oh, baptism saves us. Dip you in some water. That's not going to save you. If you was a murderer before you was dipped in the water, you're going to be a murderer after you get dipped in the water. The only thing that's going to stop you from being a sinful individual is keeping God's commandments, applying love thy neighbor as you love yourself. Maybe stop getting so angry. Maybe rethink yourself and wonder what it is you want to convey, what message you want to convey before you take your brother's life, before you commit adultery. Read on.
Not the putting away of the filth of the flesh, but the answer of a good conscience toward God by the resurrection of Jesus Christ.
Now, let's go back to 1 Corinthians 10. 1 Corinthians 10. I haven't lost a thought. 10 and 2.
1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 2. And were all baptized unto Moses.
So all our forefathers were baptized unto Moses.
In the cloud. And in the sea.
So the same way we was baptized under Christ when he taught, we was baptized under Moses when he taught the law, statutes, and commandments. In that cloud, in that wilderness. Come on.
And did all eat the same spiritual meat.
We ate manna. We're going to read over that history soon. Come on.
And did all drink the same spiritual drink.
And all drunk the same spiritual drink. Now you may ask yourself, what is Paul referring to? We're going to go into it real quick. We're going to go into it. Just hang on. Go ahead.
For they drank of that spiritual rock that followed them, and that rock was Christ.
Make no mistake about it. There's not a man on this earth. I'm going to say it like this. There's not an Israelite, repentant man on this earth that's doing his own thing. Amongst the leadership in the congregations that the Lord set up, the Lord is behind everything. The rock, the Christ, Our salvation is behind everything. This is not a man's movement. Go ahead.
But with many of them, God was not well pleased.
But with many of the Israelites, God was not well pleased. Why?
For they were overthrown in the wilderness.
For they were overthrown in the wilderness. And believe it or not, the Lord is so merciful. The things that we did not learn in the wilderness back then, he's given us an opportunity to learn it right now here in the United States of America, here in Africa, here in Canada, here in Mexico, here in Jamaica, here wherever you at. London, Birmingham, India, wherever you are, if you're an Israelite hearing the sound of my voice, wherever you are on this earth, Christ has given us a second opportunity to relearn what we have not learned in the wilderness. All praises. Come on.
Now these things were our examples to the intent we should not lust after evil things.
As we lusted in the wilderness. Read.
As they also lusted. Neither be ye idolaters, as were some of them.
They was idolaters, worshiping the calf. Come on.
As it is written, the people sat down to eat and drink and rose up to
read.
Let us commit fornication.
So when they rose up to play, they rose up and committed fornication. We're going to go over the history. Come on.
As some of them committed and fell in one day 23,000.
23,000 Israelites died in one day behind fornication. Man, read on.
Neither let us tempt Christ, as some of them also tempted, and were destroyed of serpents.
Read.
Neither murmur ye.
Neither what?
Neither murmur ye.
Neither
Neither murmur ye.
The Bible says, neither murmur ye. Neither murmur ye. Don't be the voice of a legion of people, a horde of people, a coven of people. Murmuring. Always asking, why leadership doing this? Why leadership doing that? Why? Oh, why? Always asking why. Don't do that. Don't be that spirit, that rebellious spirit. Read on.
Neither murmur ye, as some of them also murmured.
And what happened when they murmured?
And were destroyed of the destroyer.
Right, the destroyer. Come on.
Now all these things happen unto them for in samples, and they are written for our admonition.
For our warning, for our admonition. Go on, read on.
Upon whom the ends of the world are come.
Verse 12.
Wherefore, let him that thinketh he standeth take heed, lest he fall.
You see that? And Paul is going over these examples. He said, let him that thinketh he standeth take heed, lest he fall. That's why it's very important. When your brother or sister bring things to you, you should not have the spirit of, oh, I know that already. Oh, I do that already. Oh, yeah, I do that already. I understand that already. No, you don't know where I'm coming from. No, accountability. Be accountable. Because we all fall short. We all mess up. We all sin. We all are not walking on. Who in here is walking on water? Who has wings on their back? Do I got wings on my back that I can go fly? Do you have wings on your back where you go fly? Are you an angel? Are you a cherubim? Are you perfect? None of us are perfect. That's why Paul said that. He said, wherefore let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he fall. Lest he fall out the truth. Go ahead. Or fall in the midst of sin. Go ahead.
There hath no temptation taken you.
Now understand, there's no temptation that has taken you. Whatever that temptation may be, it may be the lust, the desire you want to fight, you want to prove your point. You're aggressive, you're contentious. Or it could be you are very emotional. Or it could be you have a soft spot for your demon child. And I don't mean to call the baby a demon, but, if the baby's acting like a demon, hey, so be it. You got a soft spot for that baby when the baby act like a demon. Instead of correcting the child, we can't be like that. Come on.
There hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it.
So that's what we didn't understand in the wilderness. We didn't understand that the Most High Christ was only going to tempt us as much as he knew we was able. He wasn't going to tempt us above we were able. But one thing Satan likes to play on, he likes to play on our trauma. Go ahead, BT, play that first clip. Let's get that first clip. Oh, good, you had the definition of murmuring. I didn't even see that. But play that first clip, and then we'll go to the definition right after. You see it? Should be labeled clip number 1. From the general.
God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able.
See that? The Lord said, Satan, don't go but so far. I'm only going to allow you to. Remember, Satan can only draw out of you what's already there. Okay? If you ain't a homo, Satan's not going to tempt you with homosexuality. That's not in the sky. But this one over here, he had that funky relative that used to mess with him. He seemed good right now, but I'm going to pull it out. Or that sister over there, she got molested when she was little. She seemed good now, but I'm going to introduce her to a man that's going to say the same things the dude that raped her used to say. And I'm going to pull it out of her. She's going to be a terrible wife. She's going to be a terrible mother all her life. I'm going to just pull it out of her. That's how Satan gets down.
God is faithful.
You see that? Satan likes to play on our trauma. He likes to play on our trauma. Whatever trauma it is that you have as an individual, Satan will play on that. It's called what we call today triggers. We all have different triggers. Whatever triggers you to sin, you not only I ain't gonna say everybody knows it, but as time when you learn yourself, you'll learn. Okay, that's one of my triggers. You know, I get angry. I get angry when. Let me get an example. For example, like y'all ever seen the Boondocks? Remember, who's the one with the fro? That's Huey. Huey hates being laughed at, right? That's one of his triggers. When everybody laughs at him, what does he do? He gets mad. He gets angry, right? Riley, one of his triggers was what? He hates people feeling like he can't do it. Whatever he feels like he can do in his mind, that's what he gonna do, and you can't tell him no different. If you tell him, nah, sit back, don't do that, that's dangerous, he don't care. That's one of his triggers. Each and every one of us have our own triggers. Likewise, us in the wilderness, we had the trigger of trauma of 400 years of slavery in ancient Egypt. So every little thing that provoked us, oh, let's go back and become slaves. Oh, we in this wilderness, what's going on? Oh, it was better for us when we was slaves in Egypt, eating fish, eating leeks for free. That's modern day EBT today. And that's why actually they cutting off EBT. You know, they cutting it off. Like today I was at the barber shop, and the barber was talking about certain states, I think Indiana, Tennessee, and certain states, I think they finna do it here in Chicago. They are cutting sugar from the EBT. You can't buy snacks and cookies and Zuzus and Wham Whams no more with the EBT now, with Link. You know why? Because Esau says, you know what, we ain't gonna fund that. We're not gonna fund that. So it's getting tough as well. Hebrews 3:8. Hebrews 3:8. And then we're gonna go into some of the traumas. Book of Hebrews, chapter 3, verse 8.
Hebrews chapter 3.
No, start at 5. Start at 5.
Hebrews chapter 3 and verse 5.
Because when you read the book of Hebrews, the 3rd chapter, Paul is giving a comparison between Moses and Christ. Moses was given a task to reteach. Notice I said reteach Israel all the laws that we once knew from the beginning. He was the man set up that Christ set up to reteach all Israel, the 12 tribes reteach the 12 tribes the law, statutes, and commandments, and to deliver us out of bondage. Christ, likewise, is going to deliver us in these last days out of America, and he's going to reteach the law, statutes, and commandments when we get to the other side of the earth after the destruction of America. But he's so merciful, he says, wait, before that, I'm going to put my Holy Spirit on 144,000 on the prophets, the same men that was back in the past. Barnabas, he's back. Peter is back. James, John, Luke, Mark. Who else did I mention? Paul is back. All the prophets and the apostles in the book of Acts, they're back. They're back. And guess what? The Lord put that same spirit that they had in the past on the same men, and they're going to go forth and teach the same Israelites. We just don't know who was who. We just pray that we was one of the good ones. But if you're doing what you was doing back, if you are doing what you were doing back then, you're going to come back and do it again. You're going to teach Israel again. Hebrews 13, verse 5. No, 3 and 5. 3 and 5.
Hebrews chapter 3 and verse 5.
Uh-huh.
And Moses verily was faithful in all his house.
Because the Lord described Moses' character as faithful. Moses was faithful. Come on.
As a servant.
But he was faithful only as a servant. Read.
For a testimony of those things which were to be spoken after.
Uh-huh.
But Christ as a son over his own house.
But the Lord Christ is a son over the Most High God's house. Moses, as great as he was only a servant, was only a prophet. Christ is the Son of God. Moses was a prophet foretelling the things that Christ will usher in. Let's read on.
Whose house are we?
We are the house of Israel. Christ is the Son of God, and he's our God over the house of Israel. Moses is not our God. He's just a mighty prophet that the Lord used to teach us. Howbeit, he was faithful. He was a faithful servant. But Christ is our God. He's the son over the one who the Most High God chose to be over the house of Israel. He's our king. Read on.
Whose house are we?
Uh-huh.
If we hold fast the confidence and the rejoicing of the hope firm unto the end.
You know why Paul said that? Paul said that because you're going to go through some things in this truth. You're going to go through some ups and downs. Irregardless of that, you got to hold on your confidence. You fall, get back up. You got to have that fight in you. Read on.
Wherefore, as the Holy Ghost saith, today, if ye will hear his voice.
Today, if you will hear his voice.
Harden not your hearts.
Harden not your hearts. Learn from your mistakes. Relearn what you think you know. Harden not your hearts. Go ahead.
As in the provocation.
Mm-hmm.
In the day of temptation.
Read.
In the wilderness, when your fathers tempted me, proved me, and saw my works 40 years.
They did what? Read that again.
When your fathers tempted me, proved me, and saw my works 40 years.
So now, let's go back. The Lord just documented 10 times. I'll say 10 major times when the Israelites tested him. Numbers chapter 14, verse 22. Numbers chapter 14, verse 22. Let's see. Let's go over some of these times, main 10 times that Israel took opportunity to test the Most High God. As crazy as that sounds. You got that?
Numbers chapter 14 and verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
Because
start at 21.
31.
21. The verse above it.
Verse 21. But as truly as I live, all the earth shall be filled with the glory of the Lord.
And as it was in the past, it's going to happen again. The earth is going to be full of the glory of the Lord. Come on.
Because all those men which have seen my glory,
saw the glory, saw the parting of the Red Sea, saw the death and destruction of the Egyptians, saw the Miriam getting smitten with leprosy for disobeying Moses, saw birds come from the sky, quail come from the sky in abundant number, saw manna being placed all across the camp for us to eat, and saw many, many more things. We saw the glory of God. Go ahead. Well, talking about at this time, our forefathers did. Read.
Because all those men which have seen my glory and my miracles, which I did in Egypt.
And before the wilderness, that we seen, they forefathers seen, I'm saying we because we are our forefathers, but our forefathers seen the plagues that went on in Egypt. The rivers turning red like blood, turning into blood. The fish dying. Frogs coming out of the rivers and the ponds. We seen all that. And we still tried the Most High. We crazy as ever. Read.
And my miracles, which I did in Egypt and in the wilderness.
Both in Egypt and in the wilderness.
And have tempted me now these 10 times.
These what?
These 10 times.
These what?
These 10 times. And have not hearkened unto my voice.
Read.
Surely they shall not see the land which I swear unto their fathers, neither shall any of them that provoked me see it.
You see that the Lord is very serious about provoking him, about murmuring against him, and the reason why it says him, because Christ, the Lord was not walking amongst the 12 tribes of Israel when we got delivered out of Egypt. Guess what? He set up leaders. He set up Moses. He set up Aaron. He set up the 70 elders. He set up Joshua. He set up men over the Israelites, and they was fighting against these men. And you fight against the men who the Lord set up, guess what? You're fighting against the Lord. That's how he looks at it. So the 10 times, write these down. You got 1 at the Red Sea, 2, Marah, that's M-A-R-H, 3, the wilderness of sin, 4, the manna hoarding, 5, the Sabbath manna. See, that manna where that food was messing us up. That's why a lot of brothers struggling to get out the red and yellow. That food, man, that thing's a demon. Likewise today, it's messing us up. Sabbath manna. 6, Rephidim, that's R-E-P-H-I-D-I-M. 7 at Mount Sinai. 8, Tabirah. 9, Kibbaroth. I can't wait till we get that holy language again. I'm trying my best. Kibbaroth. And 10, Kadesh Barnea. So those are the 10 major times, and I'm not even including the Korah rebellion. So we was, man, look, our forefathers. It's very amazing that we still here today. The Lord, that's how merciful He is. That's how merciful He is. Let's go list by list to see what Christ was talking about. Exodus 14, verse 11. Let's start at number 1.
Exodus chapter 14 and verse 1.
Start at 11.
And verse 11.
Wait. Start at 5.
Verse 5.
Yeah.
And it was told the king of Egypt that the people fled, and the heart of Pharaoh and his servants was turned against the people.
Because when you remember the history, Egypt was getting tore up by the Most High God. Egypt was getting tore up, plagues left and right, to the point where Pharaoh was like, look, the last plague was all the firstborn of Egypt dying, put to death. Pharaoh said, you know what? Y'all can go. Go serve your God. Go ahead and serve your God in the wilderness. Do what you want to do. Just go ahead. Just get out. Go. Bye. Then as we were leaving, the Lord turned his heart, and he said, you know what? Why would I let my slaves go? And he pursued us. Remember the clip? Satan plays on our trauma. We were scared. We were scared of Pharaoh. Believe it or not, we were scared. Read.
And they said, why have we done this?
Why did we let the children of Israel go? Read.
That we have let Israel go from serving us. And he made ready his chariot and took his people with him.
Read.
And he took 600 chosen chariots.
600 government vehicles. Go ahead.
And all the chariots of Egypt.
And all the government vehicles of Egypt. All the weapons of war. At that time. Read on.
And captains over every one of them.
And captains over every one of those weapons of war. Those vehicles of war. Go ahead.
And the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh, king of Egypt.
Now understand the Most High God was behind this because guess what? He wanted to test us. Remember he said that. Read on.
And he pursued after the children of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
And the children of Israel went out with an high hand.
Mm-hmm. Because the Lord was with us. We went out with a high hand. This was not no small event. This was a magnificent, destructive event. Read on.
But the Egyptians pursued after them, all the horses and chariots of Pharaoh,
Mm-hmm.
and his horsemen, and his army, and overtook them encamping by the sea, beside Pi-hahiroth, before Baal-zephon.
So you got to understand, yes, at this time, the world's largest, most powerful military was pursuing us while we were on feet, running for our lives, walking for our lives, trying to get out of Dodge. So yeah, outwardly, yeah, that does sound crazy. Like, man, what are we going to do? You would naturally be nervous. Come on.
Pharaoh drew nigh, the children of Israel lifted up their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched after them.
And the Egyptians, remember, this is the world's most powerful military at the time. They was marching in unison with the flag, with the platoons, with the colors, with the brigades and the weapons of war. So we was terrified. Read.
And they were sore afraid.
Oh, we was so afraid.
And the children of Israel cried out unto the Lord.
And we cried out to our God. Remember, but Satan was also there. Satan was also there, man. Satan was in the midst, and Satan's like, oh yeah, I'm going to use this opportunity. I'm going to play on the trauma of Israel. I'm going to play on the trauma of Israel because it doesn't go into detail what we seen the Egyptian military do. But I'm pretty sure we saw the Egyptian military do the same things that they doing to us today. Police brutality, killing us at stoplights, putting their knee on our neck for 8 minutes and playing it on CNN, MSNBC over and over and over and over and over and over again. Killing us as we reach for the credentials to show that we have legal weapons. Shooting us while we in our back. Enslaving us, putting us in prison houses and astronomical numbers. You think Egypt wasn't doing the same type of stuff? So Satan was playing on our trauma, our fear, our inclination to be afraid of the Egyptians, of the oppressor. Read on.
And they said unto Moses, because there were no graves in Egypt, hast thou taken us away?
Now we started talking crazy. So you mean to tell me, Moses, because there's no graves in Egypt, that's why you took us out of Egypt so we can die here? Read.
To die in the wilderness?
Mm-hmm.
Wherefore hast thou dealt thus with us?
What did we do to you? What we do to you, Moses, for you to do us like that? You talking about you a leader? This what you led us into? You got to imagine our people talking smack. Come on.
To carry us forth out of Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
Is not this the word that we did tell thee in Egypt?
Moses, didn't we tell you back in Egypt? Didn't we tell you? Tell them what?
Saying, let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians.
Moses, remember we told you back in Egypt just to leave us alone so we could serve the Egyptians? We told you that. Read.
For it had been better for us to serve the Egyptians than that we should die in the wilderness.
See that trauma, that traumatic, post-traumatic slave syndrome was on us back then as well. You know, some of our forefathers and foremothers back in the 70s, 60s, even back during slavery, we knew it's better to die for something. Die for something you believe in than to live and just believe anything. But here the statement was, we'd rather die as slaves in Egypt than to be free. I'm sorry, we'd rather live in Egypt as slaves than to die free in the wilderness. Read on.
And Moses said unto the people.
Moses being the leader Moses said, hold on. Read.
Fear ye not, stand still, and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will show to you today. For the Egyptians whom ye have seen today, ye shall see them no more again, no more forever.
Read.
The Lord shall fight for you, and ye shall behold your peace.
You see why it's important to have leaders that have the Holy Spirit on them? Because Moses, he told the people, remember the people was scared to death and talking crazy. Moses being the leader, the father that he was to the nation of Israel, the elder man, he said, hold on, wait. Y'all calm down. The Lord is going to fight for you. Be at peace. The same Egyptians that you see today, you're going to see them again no more. That's a prophecy that Moses said because Moses was a prophet. He foretold things that would happen before it happened. Read.
The Lord said unto Moses, wherefore criest thou unto me?
Come on.
Speak unto the children of Israel, that they go forward. But lift thou up thy rod, and stretch out thine hand over the sea, and divide it. And the children of Israel shall go on dry ground.
Oh, so Moses, the Lord gave Moses a plan. Moses was crying out, Lord, what you want me to do? These people, they crying out. The Egyptians look like the dude kind of look like the Egyptians finna kill us. I ain't gonna lie. What should we do, Father? What you crying to me for? The Lord's response to Moses, what you crying to me for? Go ahead, put that staff down, part the Red Sea. Verse 27.
Verse 27. And Moses stretched forth his hand over the sea, and the sea returned to his strength. Mm-hmm. When the morning appeared.
So it took all night. We passed through the Red Sea on dry ground, and it took all day. Now the morning is coming. It took all night. Now the morning is coming. Go ahead.
And the Egyptians fled against it.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord overthrew the Egyptians in the midst of the sea.
Read.
And the waters returned and covered the chariots and the horsemen and all the hosts of Pharaoh that came into the sea after them.
Now let's play the next clip. Clip 2. Deacon Malachi.
This is spiritual warfare. Satan is coming for each and every one of you in this room. Satan's coming for each and every one of you. And online, Satan's coming for you. You better be prepared when he's coming. Because I'm telling you right now, he will knock at that door. He's going to knock at that door. And I know some of you said, I got double lock. He ain't be able to get in. Oh, he will get in. He will stick in. He's going to get in. While they open that door now, he's going to get in. Make sure you prepare. This is spiritual warfare.
You see that? This is spiritual warfare. Now, that's the first instance that we tempted the Most High God. Now, when we read that, we didn't really consider, man, the Lord's going to hold that against us. But guess what? He did. The Lord was angry. He just didn't say it at that time. Let's get the second instance. Exodus 15, verse 24. Next chapter. 15, verse 24.
Exodus chapter 15 and verse 24.
Start at 22. 22.
Verse 22. So Moses brought Israel.
So now we're speeding up the history. So we made it on the other side. The Egyptians got destroyed. Miriam took the women and created a song. We triumphed. We made glorious music. We rejoiced. Now we're in verse 22.
So Moses brought Israel from the Red Sea. Mm-hmm. And they went out into the wilderness of Shur.
Are y'all reading what I'm reading? It says Moses brought Israel from the Red Sea. The Red Sea is like a great, great sea that you can't see land on the other side. It's like Lake Michigan that the governor trying to change the name of Lake Michigan to Lake Illinois. Y'all heard that? He talking about he want to change the Lake Illinois. Whatever. But real talk, you can't see the other side of that lake. That's technically a sea. And you for sure can't see on the other side of the Atlantic Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, and all that. You could barely see the other side of the Mississippi River on a bad day, let alone the Red Sea. How could hundreds of thousands of people get out the sea? By God. That's why, because he parted it. Read on.
And they went 3 days in the wilderness and found no water.
Read.
And when they came to Marah, they could not drink of the waters of Marah, for there they were bitter.
They couldn't drink of the water. They were bitter. They were still. You know, still waters is bacteria infested. It's disgusting. You can't drink that. Read.
Therefore, the name of it was called Marah.
That means bitterness.
And the people murmured against Moses, saying, what shall we drink?
Said, what shall we drink, Moses? Since you know everything, Moses, you got to remember the same spirits that's here today on the internet, shucking and jiving, making jokes. They was there back then too. The same comedians, the same famous slick talkers. They was back then too. So yeah, we read it as, and the people murmur saying, "What shall we drink?" But it was more like, "Hey, Moses, Mr. Know-it-all. So we out here in the wilderness, ain't no water. What we finna do, huh? Prophet man." We was talking crazy. That's the Lord is not angry for no reason. Read.
And he cried unto the Lord, and the Lord showed him a tree, which when he had cast into the waters were made sweet.
Read.
There he made for them a statute and an ordinance, and there he proved them.
The Lord proved us. The Lord proved us. How did the Lord prove us? Is he going to come down and say, you know what? I'm going to just make some stuff up? No, it's always a spiritual entity in the midst that moves people. Satan always enters into people, and Satan says, you know what? I like this one right here. I'm going to enter into him. I'm going to make him speak against Moses. I'm going to enter into him. I'm going to make him or her speak against leadership. And what they're trying to do, there's always opposition. Let's get the next clip. Clip number 4 from the bishop. Yeah, 4 right there. Yep.
God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above.
Bishop Kanai, not this one. I do like this one though. Shouts out to Bishop Nathaniel, but the other bishop. We got 3, y'all. Yes, sir.
1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
Satan is walking about seeking who he can devour. Well, let me ask you a question. Who do you think Satan, or who do you think that lion is going to devour? Those that are weak in the faith, weak in the spirit, unstudied. Those that still meddle in their sins, that still entertain their sins, that play with the temptations that's in front of them. It's like, that's the one I'm looking for. But if you're strong in the faith, give him no place to work.
You see that? So the Lord knew we was weak in the faith, and so did Satan. Satan says, I'm going to enter into this man. I'm going to enter into that woman. Speak against Moses. So the Lord told Moses, throw a tree into the still waters and make it sweet. Now verse 26. Listen to the instructions that God gave.
Verse 26. And said, if thou wilt diligently hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God, and wilt do that which is right in his sight, and wilt give ear to his commandments.
Give ear to his commandments. Do right. Be diligent to do what's right in his sight.
And keep all his statutes, I will put none of these diseases upon thee, which I have brought upon the Egyptians. For I am the Lord that healeth thee.
See that God is the God that healeth us. But likewise, back then, today, we're getting plagued with all manner of sickness, things that's not even written in this book because of sin. Because of sin. Like right now, they say here in the city where I'm at in Chicago, it says the Northern Kingdom is the #1 recipient of HIV right now. Of all the new HIV cases, the Hispanics are half of that number. That's crazy. But the Lord, you know what? The Lord is trying to wake Northern Kingdom up. That's why the Lord is sending afflictions like ICE, STD rates, and astronomical rates, because he's trying to wake his people up. You know? How half the HIV cases, and you're not even half the population. Northern Kingdom is probably like what? Maybe 31% of the city. Half of all the new cases of HIV. Why? Because the Lord says, he says, I will put none of the diseases upon thee, which I have brought upon the Egyptians, for I am the Lord that healeth thee. The Lord is not healing us yet because we're not keeping his commandments. Now let's get the third instance, Exodus 16:3. I'm going to try to pick the pace up just a little bit. So let's read on.
Exodus chapter 16 and verse 3.
You might as well start at 1. Go ahead.
Verse 1. And they took their journey from Elim, and all the congregation of the children of Israel came unto the wilderness of Sin, which is between Elim and Sinai. On the 15th day.
So obviously there was a large plain, large enough to hold maybe 1 million, maybe 2 million people, maybe 3 million people in between Elim and Sinai. Go ahead.
On the 15th day of the second month, after their departing out of the land of Egypt.
And notice that time period is right around the time period of now, because Passover was 2 weeks ago, roughly. About the ending of closing of Passover was 1 week ago. The opening was 2 weeks ago. So we are living the same time period as what we reading, more or less. Read verse 2.
Verse 2.
And that's why you wonder why it's little instances of murmuring and out the spiritness and I guess acts of rebellion, you want to call it, against leadership. You know, why did that stuff happen right around Passover? Because the Lord shakes the tree. The Lord has mercy on others. The Lord judges others. The Lord, when he shakes the tree, you know, he tries the righteous and casts out the wicked. Now, I'm not saying if you make a mistake, that don't mean you're wicked. I'm not saying that. But I'm going to show you what the Bible says. Hold this real quick because it popped in my mind. Give me Luke. Is it Luke 22? Luke 22. Luke 22. Let me see that. Luke 22. This is a fun fact. Luke, the 22nd chapter, is the only chapter you read about Satan twice in the same chapter. Now, yes, you read about him over and over again in Job, but it says Satan repeatedly in this chapter. Job, it says the sons of God and Satan. So read on. Start at 22 and 1, my bad.
Luke chapter 22.
Because I made a statement, but I want to prove it behind scripture. 22 and 1.
Luke chapter 22 and verse 1. Now the feast of unleavened bread drew nigh, which is called the Passover. And the chief priests and scribes sought how they might kill him.
Kill who? Christ, the Lord, the King. They want to kill the King. Go ahead.
For they feared the people.
But they couldn't do it because they feared the people, because some of us knew that was our King. Read on.
Then entered Satan.
Entered who?
Then entered Satan.
Then entered who?
Then entered Satan.
You know, whenever I hear that word, you know, it's a funny viral video a couple years back. Some of y'all may know it. Some of y'all may not know it. Some Israelites had went into a church. And the pastor said, Satan has entered the building. And he said it just like that. It was kind of funny. And it always stayed with me from that time to now. So in verse 3, it says, then entered Satan into who?
Into Judas, surnamed Iscariot.
So something Judas Iscariot was doing was Satan was able to enter into Judas. Read.
Being of the number of the 12.
And this wasn't just any man. This is one of the apostles. This is one of the 12 apostles, one of the top apostles. Satan got on him. So who you think you are? And you think Satan can't touch you. Read.
And he went his way and communed with the chief priests and captains, how he might betray him unto them.
Betray the Son of God. That's how most of us are going to fall, by betrayal. Come on.
And they were glad and covenanted to give him money. And he promised and sought opportunity to betray unto them in the absence of the multitude.
Now, when you read the money, I believe it was 30 shekels. Now, back then, 30 shekels was like a couple weeks' pay. So, yeah, you might look into the Google and it tell you 30 shekels might be, I don't know, a couple hundred, couple thousand today. No, it's a little bit more than that because it's a couple weeks worth of wages. So in today's economy, if you get paid $1,000 a week, that's $3,000, $4,000. If you get paid whatever, that's a couple $1,000 more or less in today's money. Think about a couple weeks worth of your paycheck. That's what he portrayed the Son of God. That don't make it no better, but that's what he did. Now jump to verse 31.
Verse 31. And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan had desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat.
Remember, I made a statement. During Passover, oftentimes the Lord shakes the tree. He reveals the wicked. Satan will enter into the wicked, and they'll rise up and give us the finger, cause mayhem, whatever, things of that nature, murmur, you name it. And also, likewise, the righteous, those good brothers and sisters, they're going to get tried. They're going to get sifted as wheat. Satan will try to sift those good brothers and sisters as wheat. And some may fall, some may endure, but guess what? They all going to learn. We all going to learn from our mistakes, for sure. Read.
But I have
No,
prayed,
from the top.
and the Lord said, Simon, Simon.
So the Lord said, Simon, Simon.
Behold, Satan had desired to have
Now,
you.
why would Satan desire to have Peter? Because Peter was the top man. If you are a very influential, competent, motivating, powerful individual, and you can lead men, lead women, lead your wife, have your wife lead sisters, Satan coming for you. Satan coming for those type of spirits. Satan doesn't want, more so the brother or sister that's coming in the truth and they're stumbling over this, stumbling over that. Satan really, the Lord is giving them opportunity for them to learn and get themselves. They just have to get themselves together. Satan is not really let loose out the doghouse on those spirits just yet. Why? Because that wouldn't be fair. The Lord's giving them opportunity to build. No, wait, Satan, let them build up first. But the brother or sister that's been in the truth for a while, been enduring for a while, daytime's gonna come. Their season of temptation is gonna come. And some of those trials are severe. Like Job, his whole world got flipped upside down. Say, the Lord's like, Job, let's see, hold on, Satan. Have you tried Job? Do this, do that, flip his whole world upside down, give him health issues, take his business, destroy him, but just don't kill him. Let's see what he does. So likewise with Peter, Satan desired Peter because Peter was a top apostle. If Peter fell, the other apostles would be affected. They would be affected. That's the type of leader that Peter was and is today. Peter was a foundational brother. Go ahead.
And the Lord said, Simon, Simon.
No, 32.
Verse 32. But I have prayed for thee.
But Christ said, I pray for you, Peter.
That thy faith fail not. And when
because whatever you go through, don't lose faith. Come on.
And when thou art converted.
And when you get to the level that I want you at, Peter, do what?
Strengthen thy brethren.
He said, once you get to the level that I deem you as, Peter, I want you to go strengthen your brothers. And that only comes through trials and tribulations, ups and downs. Now, back to Exodus 16:3.
Exodus chapter 16 and verse 3. And the children of Israel said unto them, would to God we had died by the hand of the Lord in the land of Egypt.
You notice we keep talking about Egypt over and over. Egypt, like that was such a great place. It wasn't a great place. We just was there for so long. That's all we knew. Read.
When we sat by the flesh pots, and when we did eat bread to the full.
He said, when we were slaves in Egypt, we ate bread to the full. We was never hungry. Now we in this wilderness, we hungry, looking at you all day, Moses. That's the type of language we was talking. Go ahead.
For ye have brought us forth into this wilderness to kill this whole assembly with hunger.
So obviously it was a head man speaking and said, man, you brought us all out here to kill us with hunger. What's wrong with you, Moses? So that was the third time. Let's go to the fourth occasion. Verse 20.
Verse 20. Notwithstanding, they hearkened not unto Moses, but some of them left of it until the morning.
What is it talking about? It's talking about the manna. It's talking about the manna. Jump up to verse 19.
Verse 19. And Moses said, let no man leave of it till the morning. Notwithstanding, they hearkened not unto Moses, but some of them left of it until the morning, and it bred worms and stank, and Moses was wroth with them.
Read.
And they gathered it every morning every man according to his eating. And when the sun waxed hot, it melted.
So the Lord created angels' food to grow all around the camp. We wanted food. The Lord said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm tired of y'all talking about y'all hungry. You know how your kids, it might be, and not that you don't feed your kids, but it might be maybe 30 minutes longer than they're liking. Maybe the ride back home is just 15 minutes, a little bit too long for them. And now they start complaining about this. They want this, they thirsty, they hungry. And you know we 15 minutes from the house, and when we get to the house, you can have whatever you want. But because they children, they don't understand that. That's kind of how it was with the Lord. The Lord like, man, I'm getting tired of y'all talking about y'all want some food, y'all want some water. You know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to just lay out spiritual food every morning. And when the sun come up, it's going to burn it up. Just gather that up. On a Sabbath day, don't leave it out before the Sabbath, or it's going to stink. Read on.
And it came to pass that on the 6th day they gathered twice as much bread, 2 omers for 1 man. And all the rulers of the
I'm sorry. Every day, because it renewed every day. So every day, if you try to be greedy and try to get more than what you need for that day and try to hold it over for the next day, it will stink. On Friday before the Sabbath, on the 6th day, because we could not gather on the 7th day, when we laid it up overnight, it would not stink because the Lord knew that we could not gather on the 7th day. So that was his solution for us always talking about we hungry. So we was hoarding the manna. Moses said, all right, that's enough. We didn't listen. Look at the 5th occasion. Same chapter, verse 27.
Verse 27. And it came to pass that there went out some of the people on the 7th day for to gather.
Man, the 16th chapter's off the chain, man. We was acting up. Go ahead.
And they found none. And the Lord said unto Moses, how long refuse ye to keep my commandment?
This time it says what? And it came to pass there went out some other people, because read the law, verse 25.
Verse 25. And Moses said, eat that today.
Eat that today. Read.
For today is a Sabbath unto the Lord. Today ye shall not find it in the field.
Moses said, if you leave and try to find manna, you're not going to find it in the field, because today is the Sabbath day. You should have prepared the day before and put your food up for today, because today you have to serve the Lord. You don't have time to look for food. Likewise, in these last days, on the 7th day, we don't have time to work for food, because if a man shall not work, neither shall he eat. It's time to serve the Lord and do spiritual things on the Sabbath day. So we prepare our food the day before, which is Friday, the 6th day. Likewise, we got that from this law right here. We're not making things up. But what do we want to do? What we always do, be rebellious. Read on.
6 days ye shall gather it. But on the 7th day, which is the Sabbath, in it there shall be none.
Read.
And it came to pass that there went out some of the people.
There's always a rebellious few. Some of the people.
On the 7th day for to gather.
And what happened?
And they found none.
Just like Moses the prophet, because Moses always told us what would happen before it happened, because he's a prophet. He said it wouldn't be none, and guess what? We ain't found none. Interesting. Read on.
And the Lord said unto Moses, how long refuse ye to keep my commandments?
The Lord said, man, what's wrong with these? How long are these people going to refuse to keep my commandments? Read.
And my laws. See, for that the Lord hath given you the Sabbath. Therefore he giveth you on the 6th day the bread of 2 days.
And notice how the Lord checked Moses. He said, how long, Moses? He said unto Moses, how long refuse ye to keep my commandments and my laws? Moses didn't break the laws and his commandments, but Moses he was held accountable for the people. That's why the Lord went to Moses first. The Lord said, Moses, why are you breaking my laws? We don't read about Moses breaking the laws. We read about Moses giving the law. But because he's the leader, he's held accountable. That's why the leaders are strict with the people, because they themselves will be held accountable. Let's get the 6th situation. Exodus 17, verse 1. The next chapter. Rephidim. The situation that happened at Rephidim. And I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Let's read that.
Exodus chapter 17 and verse 1.
Read.
And all the congregation of the children of Israel journeyed from the wilderness of Sin after their journeys according to the commandment of the Lord, and pitched in Rephidim, and there was no water for the people to drink. Wherefore the people did chide with Moses and said, give us water
You
that
know what
we...
chide means? Chide means they was going off. They was let's get the definition of chide. BT, let's get that. That they wasn't saying that nice. They said that very demonic and very aggressive, like Negroes who are thirsty. Moses, give us some water. Probably didn't even sound like that. Chide. You see that? Let's read that.
Chide. Chide is a verb meaning to express disapproval, scold, or rebuke someone.
He was rebuking Moses. Go ahead.
Typically in a mild or constructive way rather than intense anger.
So chide. Okay, so it may not have been crazy intense, but it was mild and constructive. But we know that this was not constructive. We talking about Israel here. You know, this was a little bit more. I know my people. We all know our people. This was a little bit more than constructive. Go ahead. Let's go back to the Bible. Verse 2.
Verse 2. Wherefore the people did chide with Moses and said, give us water that we may drink.
Read.
And Moses said unto them, why chide ye with me?
So why you chiding? Why you fighting with me? What you chiding with me for?
Wherefore do ye tempt the Lord?
See, that's the sixth time we tempt the Lord.
And the people thirsted there for water. And the people murmured against Moses and said, wherefore is this that thou hast brought us up out of Egypt to kill us and our children and our cattle with thirst?
You see that? Read on.
And Moses cried unto the Lord, saying,
I guarantee you it was maybe one or two, maybe a couple. It was a few vocal individuals that was trying to be the voice of the people. Sometimes the voice of the people is legions of demons that's in people, stirring you up. So for you to be the simpleton and you jump out there and now you face all the consequences and everybody else behind you, they disappear out the picture. That's what Satan does. And now you looking around thinking you're going to get back up. You like, no, that was your trial and you failed. Read on.
And Moses cried unto the Lord.
And it's all right, just get back up. Don't do it again. Be more mindful. Take your correction, what it is, whatever that may be, and fix it. Go ahead.
Saying, what shall I do unto this people?
Moses said, man, Lord, what do you want me to do unto these people? Come on.
They be almost ready to stone me.
So that lets you know that was not mild or constructive in any way. Negroes they're not ready to kill you and they being mild about it. We know our people. Come on.
And the Lord said unto Moses, go on before the people and take with thee of the elders of Israel thy rod wherewith thou smotest the river, take in thine hand and go. Behold, I will stand before thee there upon the rock in Horeb, and thou shalt smite the rock, and there shall come water out of it, that the people may drink. And Moses did so in the sight of the elders of Israel. And he called the name of the place Massah and Meribah, because of the chiding of the children of Israel, and because they tempted the Lord, saying, is the Lord among us or not?
You see that we was talking crazy. Is the Lord among us or is he not? Where's this guy you keep talking about? Lord said, you know what? I'm a document that. I got something for y'all. Remember the Most High, he's stacking up. What he does, he sits back and stacks up, what's the word? Documentation, receipts on our behavior before he executes whatever judgment it may be. What we got? Number 7. Hold that thought real quick. Psalm 75, verse 7, real quick. And BT, pull up that link, that last link. It should say Bible Hub. You see it? Because there's something that's said in that commentary that I want us all to understand. Psalm 75, verse 6.
Psalms chapter 75 and verse 6. For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. But God,
start at 5.
verse 5. Lift not up.
4, verse 4, my bad, verse 4.
Verse 4. I said unto the fools, deal not foolishly.
David like, man, you fools, don't deal foolishly. Go ahead.
And to the wicked, lift not up thy horn.
And to the wicked of the nations, the wicked are the nations. Don't lift up your whatever king you want to lift up. Read.
Lift not up your horn on high. Speak not with a stiff neck.
Talking about you're going to do this and you're going to do that. You don't know what. Anything you doing, the Lord is making you do it. That's what David's telling the nations. They want to set up their presidents and prime ministers and all that. And we going to do this and we're going to do that. And if they do accomplish it, because the Lord allowed it to happen. That's what David is saying. Read on.
For promotion cometh neither from the east.
Promotion doesn't come from the east.
Nor from the west.
Nor from the west.
Nor from the south.
God doesn't ask the opinions of people in the south.
But God is the judge.
God is the judge.
He putteth down one and setteth up another.
Hey, God set Moses up. Moses probably didn't even know why he kept getting set up. Hey, whatever. I'm Moses. Moses, I got a job to do. Hey, that's what I'm going to do. Moses, you think Moses woke up and said he want to become Moses? No, I'm going to tell you like this. No real leader wakes up and says, this is what I want to be. It's placed on that individual. It's placed on that individual. And it's placed on that individual, and that individual cannot run from that placement that God put on them because God is doing it. Psalm 75, verse 7. Let's scroll all the way up to the commentary. I'm going to tell you right now, and any leader that got that spirit where they just want to run everything, watch that spirit. They might have ulterior motives. Scroll. You see it? Keep going. My bad, go up. You probably went past it. Right there. You see where it says, exalts another. Can you read that? Right above summary. Scroll up. Right there.
And exalts another. The same hand that dethrones also raises up. Joseph moves from prison to palace.
So when you read Genesis, the 41st chapter, Joseph went from prison to a palace, became second over Egypt. Who was behind that? God was behind that. Read.
David from shepherd's field to throne.
David was a shepherd in the fields, and he became the king of Israel. Both back then, and he's our king today, believe it or not. Read.
Esther from exile to queen.
Right, because Esther was one of the Israelites who was exiled from the land. Guess what? She became queen, though. Go ahead.
He raises the poor from the dust to seat them with princes. Jesus echoes the pattern.
Read.
Whoever humbles himself will be exalted. God's exaltation is often quiet and gradual, rewarding faithfulness rather than showiness.
Read.
For believers, the ultimate elevation is being seated.
Okay, yeah, but blah, blah, blah. Scroll up some more. Go to the other direction. Stop right there where it says, but God who is the judge. Read that right there. But it is God who judges.
But it is God who judges. The psalmist reminds us that every verdict about nations and individuals rests with the Lord alone.
Every single king, prime minister, governor that is even amongst us, every single body that's exalted, the Lord is behind that alone. The Lord don't ask who our opinion is, what we think, because the Lord created all spirits from the beginning. Read. So the Lord knew Moses was going to be chosen to deliver Israel. Go ahead.
For the Lord is our judge, our king.
Okay, go ahead.
Neither chance nor human
Machinations
decide the course of history.
Mm-hmm.
Exaltation.
I like this guy. I like this guy better than that guy. It don't work like that. It's whatever the Lord say. Go ahead.
Exaltation comes neither from the east nor from the west.
Read.
Because each of us will give an account of himself to God.
Mm-hmm.
We are freed from taking vengeance and invited to trust his timetable. His judgments are always righteous, removing anxiety for the faithful and warning the proud whom presume they stand secure.
Mm-hmm. Oh, scroll up. Slowly. Scroll up. Scroll up. Hold on. Oh, man, my bad. I wanted to read that. Okay. Go ahead. And exalts another.
And exalts another.
Yeah, there you go.
This phrase complements the previous one, highlighting God's ability to elevate those whom he chooses. Biblically, this is seen in the elevation of Joseph from a prisoner to a ruler of Egypt.
Okay, so we just read that. Scroll up. Right here. But it's God who judges.
But it is God who judges. This phrase emphasizes.
Yeah, this is what I wanted. Thank you. Okay, read that. But it is God who judges.
This phrase emphasizes the sovereignty and ultimate authority of God in matters of judgment. In the biblical context, God is often portrayed as the supreme judge who discerns the hearts and actions of individuals.
God knows our thoughts. He knows what we think. He knows who's sincere and who's not. He knew Peter was sincere even though Peter failed. He knew Judas Iscariot was not sincere. Only God knew that. We only find out after the fact when Judas get about the body. Damn, he hung himself. Oh, he's a demon. Peter, oh, he recovered himself. Oh, okay, he's a leader. Read on. But God knew all that because he's God. Go ahead.
This aligns with passages such as Genesis 18:25, where Abraham acknowledges God as the judge of all the earth.
Okay, so that's all I wanted. I just wanted that God can read our thoughts. That's why he sets up leaders based on the thoughts that he put in their head. So now let's go to number 7 because we gotta end it very soon. Exodus 32 verse 7. The 7th time we tempted God in the wilderness. And why are we reading about the wilderness? Because we have the same attributes today. We wanna just fight against everything leadership tries to implement, not according to themselves, according to what Christ gave our leaders of IUIC. Because Bishop, let's make no mistake about it, Bishop Nathaniel, Bishop Yawasop, and Bishop Kanai established Israel United in Christ before any one of us was here. You are not going to join McDonald's and work as an employee and think you're going to dictate what McDonald's has set in stone for their program before you even join the company. Likewise with the Most High's program. It's the Lord's operation. Even though the Lord is not walking amongst us physically, he has men setting up order. It is still of the Lord. And who are we to think that we're going to try to go against the orders that leadership brought down? In anything dealing with the congregational matter. So if you want to be the voice of legions, you want to be the voice of the horde of coven of people, hey, that's not wise. Because you're going to face that the brunt of that judgment. Go ahead.
Exodus chapter 32 and verse 7.
And let me say this too, because I want to give a solution also. If there's things that you want to bring forth and to better the body, when you read 1 Corinthians 14 verse 40, let's get that real quick. There's a way in which you do it, because who knows, the Lord might move somebody's spirit and they might have something, a well worthwhile plan to solve things in the body. All praises.
1
But it
Corinthians,
has to be done in order. Go ahead.
1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 40. Let all things
Even good things,
be done decently and in order.
let all things, even good things, be done decently in order. Most changes is going to come from the top, not from a Negro in the corner with a bright idea. I like when Bishop say this, there is no bright ideas. It's really not. There's no bright ideas. Jump to 32:7.
Exodus chapter 32 and verse 7. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go.
So now the Lord had Moses up in the chariot on top of the Mount Sinai for 40 days, 40 nights, getting the law, statutes, and commandments, and the testimonies to deliver to the Israelites. When he went up there, it was a Diddy party going on. It was a whole, I'm trying to be not vulgar. It was a freak off, a freak nick. That's what was going on, a party. Oh, it was wild. Go ahead.
And the Lord said unto Moses, Go, get thee down.
Go, get thee down, Moses. Read.
For thy people, which thou broughtest out of the land of Egypt, have corrupted
They have
themselves.
corrupted themselves. They corrupted themselves. It was daggone Epstein's Island or something going on. It was some nasty freak-off thing going on. Go ahead.
They have turned aside quickly
Very quickly.
out of the way which I have commanded them.
Go ahead.
They have made them a molten calf,
We went so far out, we made a molten calf as a god. Go ahead.
and have worshipped it, and have sacrificed thereunto, and said, These be thy gods, O Israel, which have brought thee up out of the land of Egypt.
Read.
And the Lord said unto Moses, I have seen this
Remember,
people.
this about the 7th time now. Moses, Lord said, you know what? I've seen this people. 7 is a number of completion. After the 7th incident, Lord said, you know what? I've seen this people.
And behold, it is a stiff-necked people.
This is stiff-necked people. I know what type of people this is. Go ahead.
Now therefore, let me alone,
Leave me alone, Moses.
that my wrath may wax hot against them,
I'm about to turn up. I'm about to get angry.
and that I may consume them, and I will make of thee a great nation.
Mm-hmm.
And Moses besought the Lord his God, and said, Lord, doth thy wrath wax hot against thy people, which thou hast brought forth out of the land of Egypt with great power and with a mighty hand?
So Moses, all praise to the Most High, was being merciful. Moses said, wait. I know they mess. I know they crazy, but don't kill them. That's your people. That's how you know Moses wasn't that vainglorious type of brother, because the Lord said, I will make a great nation out of you, meaning he could have a great name like Abraham. Moses said, no, Lord, don't kill your people. Did you bring them out of Egypt just for the Egyptians to say that you killed them in the wilderness? It's not worth it. Moses was being that mediator between us and God. Numbers 11:1. The 8th situation. The 8th and the 9th situation is both in the same chapter.
No.
Numbers 11:1 started 4.
He got a new damn truck.
Numbers.
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 Yeah, see how long the truck, the road.
Come on, let's mute that up. Let's mute that. Come on.
Numbers chapter 11 and verse 1.
So the 8th and the 9th situation is in Numbers, the 11th chapter, 1 through verse 4. Right here. Let's go.
And when the people complained, it displeased the Lord. And the Lord heard it, and his anger was kindled, and the fire of the Lord burnt among them, and consumed them that were in the uttermost parts of the camp.
Read.
And the people cried unto Moses. And when Moses prayed unto the Lord the fire was quenched. And he called the name of the place Taberah, because the fire of the Lord burnt them.
That's the 9th situation. Do we tempted the Lord? Go ahead. Here's the I'm sorry, that was the 8th situation. Number 4 is the 9th. Verse 4 is the 9th. Go ahead.
Verse 4. And the mixed multitude that was among them fell a-lusting. And the children of Israel also wept again and said, who shall give us flesh to eat? We remember the fish which we did eat in Egypt freely, the cucumbers and the melons and the leeks and the onions and the garlic.
See that? That's the 9th situation. Now the 10th, go to Numbers 14, verse 1.
Numbers chapter 14 and verse.
This was the final straw. The Lord said, you know what? I'm getting tired of these guys. Judgment time. Numbers 14 and 1.
Verse 1. And all the congregation lifted up their voice and cried, and the people wept.
Now, this is after
that night.
the Moses, because remember, even after 9 situations, the Lord sent Moses to send 12 spies into the land of Canaan so we can go forth and conquer. And guess what? We was being insubordinate. We had a desertion in war. We didn't want to go to war for our land. We was being some scaredy cats, some lazy bums. So Numbers 14 and 1, here was the outcome. Come on.
And all the congregation lifted up their voice and cried.
Because we had weak leaders came back with an evil report on the land. That's a good land. But you know what? We can't whoop them. Caleb and Joshua said, that's not, yeah, we could whoop them. Yeah, what you mean? The Lord is with us. We can do anything. But the faithless leaders stirred up the people. And it says, the congregation lifted up their voice and cried, and the people wept that night. Verse 2.
Verse 2. And all the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron. And the whole congregation said unto them, would God that we had died in the land of Egypt, or would God we had died in this wilderness? And wherefore had the Lord brought us into this land, to fall by the sword, that our wives and our children should be prey? Were it not better for us to return into Egypt? And they said one to another, let us make a captain, and let us return into Egypt.
We want to make a captain of captivity and return back to slavery. We crazy. Verse 5.
Then Moses and Aaron fell on their faces before all the assembly of the congregation of the children of Israel.
Now we can jump to verse 11.
Verse 11.
We better understand the Lord's anger. Go ahead.
And the Lord said unto Moses, how long will this people provoke me?
Come on.
And how long will it be ere they believe me?
Remember, this is the 10th time we didn't believe God.
For all the signs which I have showed among them,
Verse 21.
Verse 21. But as truly as I live.
The Lord said, I got something for them. I'm going to make a name off my own people. He made a name off Egypt by destroying them. And then he made a name off his own rebellious people. He said, the whole earth is going to be filled with my glory when they hear about what I'm about to do to you guys. And it's true because we're reading about it right now as a warning. And Paul read about it during his lifetime to the Corinthians and to the Hebrews. Go ahead.
But as truly as I live, all the earth shall be filled with the glory of the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Because all those men which have seen my glory and my miracles, which I did in Egypt and in the wilderness, and have tempted me now these 10 times, and have not hearkened to my voice.
You see that? We were so wicked in the wilderness, we rebelled against God 10 documented times. And I'm not even, it was more than that. It's more like 14 when you actually look it up, because you had the Korah rebellion and you had a few more acts of rebellion. These are the 10 major ones. So the things which we learned in the past, we can learn today. If you have something you want to say, you might as well do it decently and in order. But if you want to be contentious, be rebellious, you want to fight against leadership, speak against people who leadership put in leadership, according to the spirit that Christ gave them, which they just implementing what the original leadership is implementing. We just duplicating ourselves, because Bishop Nathaniel's following Christ, we following the bishop, deacons following the bishops, captains following the deacons, officers following the captains. Nothing we do in any congregation is of ourselves. Nothing. You know why? Because if that's the case, what would happen? The Lord will judge that whole situation. So you have to trust the process of the Most High God. Deal with things in order. Don't be that murmurer, like we read about our forefathers murmuring time and time again against the leadership, like Moses. Don't be that spirit. So with that, I'm going to end it, because that's the 10 situations. Once again, I'm Officer Gabriel, and the title of the class is Murmurings, the voice of a legion of people.